ma'am.
Good afternoon, Arti.
Some of the questions we are very happy. We will be happy to know about you. If you share, what you would like to share, ma'am. My first question is, when you were appointed as the headmistress of this reputed institution, then what were your feelings? How did you feel that time?
I was appointed as a headmistress in 2003, and for maybe 5 years we had been working very hard. I had Jain Madam along with me as the exam in charge. We had Sharon sir as the timetable in charge, and I was the activity in charge for a very long time. So I think it was a well-deserved seat which was given to me, offered to me, and I felt honored that the school thought that I was fit enough to be a headmistress to look after the staff and children.
Such an interesting information, ma'am. Thank you so much for this. One more question is to you, that you must have been gone through so many challenges. So what were the challenges? Can you share some of them?
Looking up to the small children, they are a bit not at all, let's say, they're not emotionally stable. So we used to have a lot of fights inside the classrooms, and then teaching them class etiquettes was the first challenge, and then making them speak English, that they should not resort to any regional language. And what was expected of them of dpsv Vidyanagar, that was the challenge for me in 3 to 5. 6 to 8 was a different kind of nature that was into their studies. They were guided up to class 5 with constantly with the teachers. 6 to 8 they were left alone, and they had more subjects. So their challenges was more, we had to be emotionally after them. 9, 10 was, I had class 9, I had class 10. That was their growing stage where they would be very mischievous. And then 11, 12 was where they used to run away from studying English. So, and there were other, let's say, so many other problems which were there where they had time management. For them was a different cup of tea for them.
Thank you, ma'am. Threaded with this question, your answer, I have one more question with that. Do you enjoy your teaching and at the same time administration journey here in this institution?
I must say,
or somewhere you felt that you're juggling somewhere?
I felt that as a teacher, even if you ask me, Mrs. Rose, what are you? I would say I'm a teacher. I took up teaching as my vocation and not just a job. So there were times when even after school we used to come back here, sit with the children who would not be up to a par, so we used to give up, like remedial classes, we used to spend our time, even with the competitions which we had, preparing children. I too was a housemaster, still out from the house we used to help the other house children. It was not a competition for us, it was a child-centric education which we were trying to impart. And emotionally we were attached to the children who came to ask us for help. And for administration, I guess I always had the principals on our side, so they were a source of great help for us. Though we asked them doubts, we asked them for guidance, and we used to follow whatever they instructed us, and it was a learning period for us.
Thank you, ma'am. This experience definitely is going to help us also. So, ma'am, my next question is, here a little bit I'm selfish about 3 to 5 classes, that do you enjoy being HM, especially of 3 to 5 classes?
Obviously, this is the place where there is twinkle in their eyes, and this is where they say catch them young. When we give them arrangement, when they give me arrangement in 3, 4 and 5, it is the happiest day of my life at that time, because I feel that they want to learn more from us, and you can see them wide-eyed looking at me because they hear English for the first time and they're trying to catch what I'm saying. There's some who struggle to understand what I say, but still that is where I think your trump card is with class 3, 4 and 5.
Ma'am, would you like to share one thing, that who is the stronger support in your personal and your professional journey?
I had my father from the beginning. And I remember when I was in class 3, the first speech which I gave in front of the whole school was, my father was there as an emotional support. He wrote it for me and I had to deliver that. And then coming up into the school till he was there, at that time I think Principal Sir's daughter was in class 10 and I lost him. So then it was him who guided me throughout. Whatever problems I faced, it was him I used to run to or phone up to ask for guidance what should be done. I think he knows more of the teachers there than we always used to talk to him about Mrs. Srivastava, Mrs. Jaiswal, Mrs. Sood, Mrs. Chavda.
Ma'am wanted to know that where did you have completed your higher studies and you pursued your secondary education also. We want to know about that.
I studied my secondary education in a country called the Gambia in West Africa. My parents were working, both of them, so that is where I completed my schooling, and that too was in St. Joseph's. Throughout it was in a convent school, and we had fathers and sisters who used to, Irish fathers and sisters who used to instruct us. So that is where I did my schooling.
Thank you so much, ma'am. This is very great information about your higher studies. So, ma'am, my next question is that you were having very keen interest in studies also, but at the same time you have started your family life also. But did you feel any that who is the strongest pillar for you in your family life and in your paternal side and in